And here we go with 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we click the screen. That's not where I wanted to go because there's no mom out here. No GX mom. That's where I wanted to go. That's a little bit better. It looks like the lights are all moving in the right direction. All right. Before we do anything for Bottom of the Glass, this is technically it's the second Bottom of the Glass show tonight. And I wanted to start. It actually was a big mess. I was like, kid, you need to do the show for me. Kid, do the show. Kid, prep the show. Get the show. And to his credit, he's like, okay, Dad, I got this. And so he starts getting stuff done, which is why the thumbnail has the kid on it. All right. So he gets everything going. He start at 5:45 and go to 6:30 because he has something he has to do at 6:30. At 5:45 to 6:30, at least be a 45-minute show. Give him something good. Do the prep work, get his stuff done. And the last minute, I thought, okay, I can do this. I got my stuff squared away. I'll come down and do the show. And now we told everybody we're starting at 5:45. We told everybody, if you have Patreon, if you were on YouTube, if you were on the General's Lunchbox on Facebook, you guys got the heads up. You guys knew it was starting early, and so it did. But the internet gods decided differently. The internet gods intervened. They misaligned the planets, screwed everything up. We had to restart everything, and lo and behold, we started at 6 o'clock anyway. So you cannot cheat fate. I don't think it's possible. But I want to point out about the last show. One thing on the last show that was very short-lived, was it not? The very short-lived show, Houdini. Normally I don't put stuff. I'm going to put it up on the screen over here anyway, just because I'm supposed to. Houdini typed in. You got to love Houdini. He goes, the show lasted exactly 4 minutes and 20 seconds. That was the last show. So apparently you can't slip that stuff by Houdini. It was a 420 show, man. He was all smoking, toking, stroking, and joking. It lasted 420, man. The cosmic rays of the universe deemed it so. All right, Houdini, you sound like one of my teenage sons when they got into high school. Everything was 69, dude, 69. Used to bug my kids and say, do you even know what the fuck you're talking about? No. You ever done it? No. Then why do you keep saying it? Because Dad, 69, dude. All right, whatever, you fucking morons. That's what my kids did. You gotta love those idiots. All right, I don't have any sheets tonight. I've taken out the monitor. I took it out a long time ago because Gen X Mom has always been out here. So I have no sheets. I have no way to operate and tell you guys up, down, left, right, backwards, or forwards. I can't do it. Usually I say to my left, you're right, not tonight. So I don't have any sheets. Whatever comes across the screen, on YouTube only, if I can't, it's the only way I can do it. Gen X Mom decided not to come out here and take her position, so I don't have any way to do the sheets. I'm not sure what that means for the rest of you, but some of those things are going to get missed, and it's not on purpose. Let me click that one. Danny H. gifted 5 Gen X Tops memberships. And it didn't tell me to who, because I can't see. I have to scroll back. I can't see to who. But Danny H. gave out 5 memberships. If you got one of the names and your name all of a sudden turned green, you can thank Danny H. and Visahoochie. He's the cool guy who did that for you tonight. But again, if I miss some stuff, I miss some stuff. That's all there is. I can't do much about it. All right. So where was I? There was strange things afoot at the Circle K. There was lots of stuff out there. All right, let me go to one drag and drop thing. I'm not going to start with housekeeping, but I want to let you guys know something. Now, let me explain how this works. For those of you that don't know, for those of you who've been around for a bit, you do know. When you guys gift money through super chats and stuff, and it's the same with stars on Facebook, same thing. When you guys gift us stars, you gift us some money in there. Let's say it's in June. Right now, what are we at? May. We're at May 28th. If you gave us $10 today, we don't get that money until YouTube processes it and gives it to us at the end of June. You follow? So I was going to talk about Gen X Mom's birthday today because anything you give in the next 2 shows, it counts on this month, and we get the money at the end of June. If you actually give her money on her birthday, she doesn't get it until the end of July. You follow on that? They take their safe, and there's taxes that come, and there's fees that go along with YouTube and stuff. But that's the way it goes. So I wanted to bring that up just as a point of order, and I will tell you why. I'll bring it up right now because, she has an allowance. She has a budget. She has things that she does with her money and her thing, and it is her birthday on June 6th. But anything you guys give, at least for today's show for sure, I will match it. For today only. That means if you give 200 stars, I'll match it. If you guys give $20, I'll match it. God forbid someone jumps in there with a big number. I will match it, public record. And you guys know this has happened for the past 3 years. When I say I'm matching something with Gen X Mom, she literally goes into my wallet or my little stack of cash. She takes it right then. If it's doubled, she doesn't wait. She says, if you're doing this with YouTube and Facebook, then I'm taking, and she goes and gets it. Just so you know, she takes the money. She just doesn't go anywhere else. I would love for it to go to the Whiskey Fund. If you guys want to donate to the Whiskey Fund or the Singapore Hooker Fund, please don't hesitate. I actually, this should have been called the Prohibition Show. There's no alcohol in my house right now. We get a big party on Saturday. There's no alcohol, and I'm dying right now. I'm going through withdrawals. See this? This is the face of withdrawals. Now, I know it looks like my regular face, but well, that's just because I'm like that. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, I can turn this down, but I can't turn it off. Underneath this illustrious face you see right now is the face of doom and gloom, facing prohibition. I just don't have a way to let it out because, well, this. Anyway, anything you guys donate tonight, I will match it for tonight only. Anything you guys do just for Gen X Mom, just for your queen, things that go to her, she'll write it down. She'll go take it from me. I'm in with you guys. I know she has something she wants to go do. She won't tell me what it is. I don't know if it's a day massage someplace or she wants to, I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm going to back her up on it. If you guys help out, then I'm in and we'll do that. We've done that before. And Mrs. Four Watton, she's not here right now, but Mrs. Four usually leads the charge on stuff like this. So if you guys go through PayPal or you go through Facebook Stars or the other one, I'm there. I'm with you guys. All right. Let me go back and make sure I got that. Let's see. Well, there was one there. Mama X Birthday Fund. That's Dean Roddering put in $10. That's going to cost me another 10. So Gen X Mom gets 20. Good stuff there. Well done. What else we got in there? There was one. Did I miss something in there? I got the memberships. Disney Kid member for 24 months, KGXD Studios. Evening Handsome Gentle, I made another year around the sun for my second one. You are the greatest. Disney Kid's been a fan of the program for a long time. I actually know something that nobody else knows. Disney Kid was in Disney World with Cali Cat. Disney Kid and Cali Cat know what a fan Gen X Mom, your queen, is on one specific area of Disney. They went looking and found something for her. They bought it. They showed it to me, and I was like, holy shit, dude, is that really what that is? He goes, yeah. And it's official. It's from Disney. I mean, that is you guys giving you some time. When you talk about Disney Kid been around 2 years, that's why he's got his Big Blue 2 next to him on YouTube. That's why. He's also a KGXT member. He's the highest top tier you can get for donating to the program and helping out around here. And there's a lot of perks that go along with that. Disney Kid, thank you so much for being part of the family for that long. Kailash has got his Big Red 1, but he's got 15 months working on his Big Blue 2. We already talked about, what do you mean sheets are up? Oh, and Gen X Mom has shown up. Hang on a second. Tabitha Ray, $20. Happy birthday to the queen. Tabitha, you're going to cost me another 20. God damn it. You know, you guys are going to get this up to like some money and I'm going to be out some cash. It's what's going to come out to be. I never should say that whenever I challenge you guys, just like when the kid, remember that about a year and a half ago, the kid challenged you guys on a live stream and said, if you guys donate $1,000, he'd shave his head. You guys put in $1,000 in about 20 minutes and he had to, he did it live. You guys remember that? We got to learn not to challenge you guys. Danny H, remember for 13 months, he's got his Big Red 1, best bar ever, best crowd ever. Almost stole Josh Maddox's line there, but thank you, Danny H, for doing that for us. Da-doom. Let me. Oh, yeah, sorry. Gen X Mom is here. Let's listen to her do the sheets. Wait, microphone on? Are you on?
Hello.
No, you are not. Hang on. How about now?
Hello.
Hey, there she is now. She won't allow me to turn the camera on because it's Tuesday. She's a Thursday and Saturday night girl only. But you can tell by her sexy voice, she's in the room. I didn't lie. There she is. Go ahead.
John Morgan gave $20 Mama X birthday spa day. Thank you, John.
You know, I didn't do PayPal.
All right. Scott Royston gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships to Renee, the new guy, Michael, David, and Killer Smurf. They all got new memberships tonight.
Far out.
Let's see. We have Brother Bruns. When on a stalled bus, the best thing to do is break out the cocktails in pregame.
I'm working on, I want to put a picture of Loud One driving the bus in the intro. I'm working on that. I got to get him to send me. He sent me some pictures. He's got a semi. I mean, this is what he does, but it just didn't work out the way I wanted it to. But that's going to be a lot of fun having that go into motion there.
All right. We also have 2 birthdays also tomorrow. Since we won't be here tomorrow, Chris Wilson is turning 53 tomorrow. If he's in the chat, everybody wish him a happy birthday. And Dale Wine will be 65 tomorrow. So Dale Wine and Chris Wilson are celebrating birthdays tomorrow.
Dale Wine's an old man. How do I know? Because anybody younger than me is a kid. Anybody older than me is an old man. It's just the way it goes. All right. So I want to talk to you guys. No more housekeeping stuff. Let's get to the stuff that matters here. There's a few things in here that are very, very interesting and a lot of fun. And I want to get to all of them. There's so many stupid things going on right now. Where to begin? And let's see. Yeah. And we talked about this a little bit. Everybody, of course, Trump calls Joe Biden Sleepy Joe. And we know he's been sleeping for years. I mean, not just like, oh, the guy's always asleep. Slept all the way through his presidency. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the times he really dozes off, the times that he really falls asleep. Now, this last time, everyone who hates Biden is like, oh, he fell asleep again. And everyone who loves Biden, no, he was just resting his eyes. Isn't that what every dad and grandfather tells the kids when they're playing in the living room and he's laid back in his easy chair? Now I'm still paying attention to all you guys. I'm just gonna rest my eyes, or as my dad used to say, I'm looking at the inside of my eyelids. I'm just watching the inside of my eyelids for a little bit. You kids keep playing. Keep talking to me. I'm listening. The only difference is if I was going to give a fair assessment of this particular incident here it was a Memorial Day ceremony. He did move around, but you ever been in that stage where you're just nodding off and then you kind of wake up and you rub an eye and you're nodding off and you wake up and you kind of scratch your nose and go by and you're nodding off? Okay, I think that's what he was doing. Was he close to snoring? I don't think so. I mean, I could jump on the hate train and go, God damn it, he was fucking sleeping the whole time. The President of the United States. I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to be realistic. I'm going to bring it back to looking out my front door, nuts and bolts. What do I see? Did I see him sleeping? I don't think I saw him actually fall asleep. Maybe I didn't catch the right part. Maybe you guys did. But I just watched this thing recently again, and he was just doing the nod off thing. He definitely didn't have all of his sleeping pills updated because his timing was off. You sleep before the interview, you're awake during the interview, and then you sleep after. So that's just what I think. But I got to tell you, if he's if he can't last through one of these things, I'm not sure how much actual time he spends in the Oval Office. That's looking at it from a common sense point of view. If he's this tired all the time and screwing up, you got to remember. I keep bringing this up. Remember, when they put Biden out there in front of us for a speech, that's the best they can make him look. Keep that in mind, that they prop him. It's like, okay, he sleeps for 3 hours here. Then we'll wake him up and get 30 minutes to prep him, put his makeup on, give him his pills, give him his shots, 5 minutes for his shots to take effect. Okay, go. They put him out there. They're not stupid. They put him out there at the peak of readiness. I mean, that would make sense. Every president has probably done that. They've probably given every president if they're sick with the flu or they got a cold, they give them shots, they give them drugs, they prop them up, and they go out there. You want to present the best president or best candidate you can. That when we see Biden, he is at his best. I'm not sure what they gave him for the State of the Union. I'm sure it's harmful to give it to him every day because they should. Whatever he had for the State of the Union, man, you should just ride that train all the way across the finish line. But clearly you can't. And I'll tell you why I think that. And this is just me. Dr. McDreamy came down, I don't know, I guess it was a couple months ago. He's been out a couple times at the house, and he hangs out here, and we talk and stuff. And I was just in the mode of like my diet and my losing weight and walking. And I was like 2 or 3 weeks into, it had been months into it, but I was 2 or 3 weeks into this different regimen. I thought, man, and so he comes down and I'm telling him about it. And, Dr. McDreamy comes down and as I'm talking, he gives you a shot and he pushes pills in your mouth and he keeps going. He's my doctor. He's my friend for 55 years, a good guy. And that next day I said, man, I feel great. I get up at 4 a.m. I want to go. I'm turning around. The next day he's here. I get up 4 a.m. I want to go. Run around the yard doing stuff. I mean, I'm running around, grabbing my wife by the ass and going, woo, let's go. And I'm telling him, I go, this is a new me. This feels great. He goes, okay, you got to calm down, big dog. You got to calm down. I said, why? This is great. He goes, Yeah, it's because the stuff I gave you. I said, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, I propped you up for a few days. You're going to feel great for about 4 days. I went, well, give me that every day. That's the guy I want to be every day. He goes, I can't. He goes, it's not good for you. You can't take that on a regular basis. And I went, shit, fuck. So I'm sure that's what they're doing to Biden. They're giving him something that props him way up, but they can't give it to him every day. I bet if I called Dr. Madrimi, he would know. He would say, well, they're probably giving him, this combination of stuff because it's safe to use, once in a while, but you just can't do it all the time. Even he said there's stuff that he would like to take for himself because you just can't. It's not healthy. You can only do it once in a while for certain things. If he says it, Dr. Madrimi tells you, then it's right. It's safe and it's right, and he knows what he's doing. He'd never put anybody, especially his friends, in jeopardy. But I just telling you that it's a thing. It's a real thing. And when you look at Biden like that, because I have a little bit of experience with a doctor explaining that to me, that's the best he can do. That's it. We're seeing him at his best. So yeah, chances are that you got to remember on the Democratic Party, they're probably like, yeah, but do we let him talk or do we let him sleep? Which is better? Close call. That should be his slogan. Close call, Joe. Do we let him sleep or do we let him talk? All right. So before I get going on here anymore, Gen X Mom, do you have anything between the sheets you want to say?
Yeah. Did you do the Danny H memberships that he gifted?
I didn't list them because I didn't know them, but okay. I did mention it.
Danny H gifted 5 memberships to Hobo, Rob, Prospecting, Jan DYG, I guess, Dandy, Michael, Tina, and Christina all got memberships tonight.
Far out.
Rowdy Bobby, 18 months on this bus. God, it feels like it's like a longer drink. 1 for me, General.
As soon as I get some hooch in my hand, Rowdy Bobby, this is the prohibition. This is the prohibition broadcast here. Live stream. See the drink? See the alcohol I've got? None. Now, partially that's my wife's fault. Now, what I mean by it's my wife's fault is every week she says, do you want me to order some hooch? Do you want me to get you some hooch? Do you need some whiskey? And every week I say no. But when it comes down to where's my goddamn hooch, she didn't get. Ultimately, she didn't get it. I know she listened to me. I know she complied with my directions, but I'm not going to blame me. No. You can't do that. Got to blame her. But we all know the truth is the Sun Valley Fox was supposed to be keeping my decanter filled from the time that my mother-in-law, his mother, passed away throughout time until he passes away. And I got a feeling when he passes away, his wife, my lovely sister-in-law, will come to me and say, I'm sorry that I couldn't get my husband to comply with the wishes of his mother and the court system, a legal binding court document of the state of California, but I'll do that for you. You'll always have a filled decanter, and thus we'll continue the love-hate relationship without the hate part, because I hate not having my whiskey. Thank you very much, Sun Valley Fox, for a big fat goose egg. Nothing. All right. Gen X Mom, anything else?
Nope.
All right, so let me go back to what I was telling you. We had some stuff to get to here, and there's some interesting things. Oh, did anybody guess the $2 whore? Is Sweets in here? Where is Sweets? Because I emailed her the other day and I said, hey, your streak broke. You didn't guess it. Well, she wasn't there. So technically she didn't have a live stream where she couldn't guess. She wasn't there. So I'm giving her a pass. Her streak is still alive, but if she doesn't get this one, then her streak is over. And Sweets and everyone, I will give you a clue. Yes, Sweet says I'm here. The $2 whore not only is someone who deserves and needs to be the $2 whore, probably been a $2 whore. I mean, have you seen her in her college days? I tell you. But I had dinner with her one night. That's your only clue. I'll give you another clue later on.
Oh, I almost gave a major clue.
You almost did?
Yeah.
Well, don't do that. I just gave one. Don't give the store away, honey. All right, so where was I? Stuff to say here. Covering some stuff on the political aisle. I want to get, because there's some things you guys may not know. Not all of you live in the Central Valley of the state of California. So in the drag and drop section of the program, California Newsom attacked from his left in the teachers union ad blitz. Monumental crisis. Now, pay attention to what this means.
1 second. Sweet said it's Tory.
It is not Tory. Tory is not the $2 whore.
Wrong.
Okay. So let me just tell you the story. When in California, with any state really, but California is so upside down and backwards on their budget. Okay, I'm going to click back over. You guys remember we're talking about Newsom here. The budget is so bad. The lack of money is so bad. You only have two choices in any of these situations. You only have two choices in your personal life: make more money or quit spending. That's it. Pretty simple. And believe it or not, it comes down to being just that simple in government too. It's not any more complicated. Cut spending or raise taxes. Okay, that's it. There's not a lot you can do. So he has hinted the past couple years about raising taxes. None of it has been able to fly. The left said no. The liberal cities said no. The Democrats said no. The legislature said no. Everybody's like, fuck you. We're paying too much already. So Newsom pulls back. Okay, all right. No. The only one that looks like they may be able to push through because they're muddying the waters is they're going to charge drivers by how many miles you drive. We talked about this on the World Show the other day. They want to charge drivers by how many. They have an experimental program. They're trying it out to see if it works. Well, they're trying it out not to see if it works. They're trying to see what they can get away with. And remember how this goes. Remember, you heard it here first. This is not something I pulled off of some other podcast or some other news source. This is just me living in the state of California for most of my life. Pay attention. It's a luxury to drive on vacation. Now, we're going to charge you if you got to go a low charge. If you got to go to work, if you got to go to the grocery store, if you got to take your kids to school, that's a low charge. I mean, we have to pay for the roads. We have to pay for the highway. So there is going to be a tax, not the gasoline tax anymore. No. Although it's supposed to replace the gasoline tax, but I'll bet you these sly motherfuckers are going to put it in there in addition to the gasoline tax. But right now they're selling it to us as, well, we'll get rid of the gasoline tax. We'll do a mileage tax. And I'll tell you why I don't think that'll work in a minute. But they're very good about, well, you have to go to work and you have to take your kids to school. You need to go to the grocery store. You need to go to the doctor. So we'll just have a small tax. But if you're going to go visit Yosemite, if you're going to go to the beach, well, that's a luxury. Not everybody can afford to do that. If you can afford to go to the lake, if you can afford to go to the beach, if you can afford to go to Disneyland, well, I'm afraid we're going to have to charge you quite a bit. I mean, if you can afford to go do that, you can afford to contribute to the state of California and to the poor people and old people that need your money. I haven't said that yet. Write that down, that on this day, I predicted that because I believe it's going to happen. Now, the reason it won't work, and the reason that I thought the gas tax was, I don't like how high the gas tax is, but it's fair because truckers and visitors come into the state of California. They drive through the state of California. They buy gas while they're here. You charge them for gas. They're using the roads. The truckers are using the roads. The campers are using the roads. People are driving through there. When they fill up their gas tank, use it right here, right now. That you get the money because it's fair. But if Californians are only going to be charged a mileage tax, I can't charge someone from Louisiana when they come through town, can I? Is that how you do that as a state of California? As a governor, I'm going to catch as soon as you cross the border, motherfucker. I'm tagging your car and you're paying by the mile. I guess you could, but it seems way more difficult. Now, maybe they figured out a way to make more money at it because, believe me, the bottom line is what makes the most money. What will generate the most money? But here, let's go back to the picture at hand and see what the problem is here. The problem is that he can't tax anymore. Maybe he could get this one mileage tax through, but he says, all right, I got to propose some cuts. And he did $13 billion out of the public school system. I don't like taking money away from kids, period, even though I think the public school system is bloated. But the teachers union in the state of California, for those of you who don't know, is one of the most, if not the most powerful union in the state. They have incredible sway on who is in what office, elected office here in the state of California. They are incredibly powerful. And when you suggest taking away $13 billion, they snap back quickly. And it's the same Democrat thing as the poor children, and the children won't be nourished in schools, and they'll pass out from exhaustion, and they won't get enough sleep, and they'll die in our hospitals. Don't take away money from the children. And that's what they do, is every program that the Democrats want to keep, in my state anyway, they're like, you're going to hurt the old people. Don't you like old people? Well, you're talking about like building a green facility here with wind turbines and solar panels and charging stations for Teslas. That's $4 billion. Yes, and if you don't do it, old people will die. Old people won't survive if you don't pass this bill. You must. They tie everything to that. Everybody goes to their feelings about children and old people. That's the two main ones. Or, of course, we're going to build the high rail system for $1 billion and some dollars. And if you don't like it, you hate immigrants. What? It's a train. Yeah. Do you hate immigrants, or are you going to let us spend the money? That's how that goes. But just to show you this one picture here, this is the biggest, most powerful Democrat-run union turning on their golden boy. Yeah, Gen X mom.
Robert London wants to know, how would he be able to enforce that charge on the drivers?
How would they be able to enforce the tax on the drivers? Well, I'm assuming if it's California related, California registered, they would have a legal way to track your vehicle. They can already do it. They've been able to do that since OnStar. They know where everybody's going at all times, blah, blah, blah. But it's now, they legally can't get into your personal vehicle, your personal truck, the personal computer. Legally, they can't go in and do anything with it. The state of California can't come in and say, oh, we looked at your check engine light. Your engine's running terrible. We're shutting off your car until you get it fixed. No. They would like to do that, but they can't do that just yet. They're not allowed in there. But I think this would be a gateway to getting into the registered owner's information on the vehicle and saying, well, you went 45 miles today, and they know exactly where we go. Our phones tell us, our vehicles tell us. Anything newer than 15 has pretty easy to track. I believe that's the way they're going to enforce it. And you just get a bill at the end of the year. Yes, Gen X mom.
Tabitha Ray says, isn't California already one of the highest taxed states?
Yeah, if not the highest tax state. We're already the highest tax state. Yeah, by far.
Alrighty.
I looked up the vehicle. My wife came and gave me the vehicle registration for our truck we bought. It's $986 for the year. I looked, just to be silly, I looked it up what it would be in Alaska. $274 in Alaska. And I think that was for a lifetime tag.
All right. Let's go. Brandon on Facebook says, I love this guy. Why aren't more people watching?
They just don't. We don't have a huge live audience. We get a lot of replays on it, but there's a lot of. Well, for one thing, do you notice that it's horizontal? All the new shows are vertical. They go into everybody's Reels feed. If you're going through Facebook, you'll run across this show. If we went vertical, if you're going through your Shorts feed on YouTube, you'll run across the show. But we haven't gone vertical everywhere yet, mainly because a lot of you don't like it. A lot of you, it's very difficult to do things on the phone like that. So we set up the other channel. It's ready to go. The kid's not feeling well tonight. He also simulcasts on TikTok and our other YouTube channel and puts it in the feed. We're getting there. Within a couple of weeks, we're just gonna have to bite the bullet. If we want a bigger audience, that's the way we're gonna have to go. And you guys are just gonna have to go over to the other channel for horizontal. This one's gonna become vertical, or you're just going to have to just stay here and grid it out. I'm sorry it doesn't work as well, but we've kind of capped out what we can get for drawing people in. There's 400 and some thousand people on YouTube, 400 and some thousand on that's 800,000 on Facebook. We just don't get the numbers on the live streams because people don't know we're here. So we're going to make some changes, but it is going to get awful crowded. I anticipate some of you leaving because it becomes so crowded, but that's not my intent at all, I can assure you. Gen X Mom.
Donnie over on Facebook. General, didn't they want to do that to electricity also, where the middle class pays more to help the poor?
Yeah, they want to do that to electricity in California. I think that kind of fell by the wayside. But yeah, there's so much electricity being generated by solar panels now, because they've had that big push out here for so many years, that the big power companies, PG&E and SoCal Edison, aren't getting as much revenue. So now they're having to subsidize them somehow by raising taxes on the middle class to help pay for the electricity not getting on all the subsidized housing. It's a tough call, but that's what they're doing. They remember, you can only to balance the budget, you have to either raise taxes someplace or cut spending. And that's it. That's the reality of it. But nobody ever wants to cut spending, ever. They want government to grow. And that's the problem, isn't it? All right. What else we got? Anything else?
Derek over on Facebook. Governor Schwarzenegger really messed it up before Newsom, but Newsom is 10 times worse than the governor.
Yeah. I liked the one thing I liked about Schwarzenegger was that he always wanted to put things to a vote of the people. Remember that? It was like, okay, if we can't decide on this, we'll let the people decide. He always wanted to put things for a vote of the people, and everybody said, that's not how you govern. The people don't want to be burdened with elections every month. But in some respects, it'd be nice for us to choose those things, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be nice to say, well, here's an election. It's coming up in 60 days. Do you want, make it simple. Do you want us to raise your gas tax, or do you want us to cut funding here, cut spending here? Let the people decide. I don't know. I know that's not how governing works. I know that makes a big issue, but to me, it seems fair. If we get to decide our future, we're deciding the taxes, not you. Yeah.
Randy on PayPal gave $100. I got to support the general.
Shit.
Salute.
Oh, good. See, if he would have said he's sending that to Gen X Mom's birthday, I would have had to match that with $100. Woo! Oh, dodged a bullet there. My man, $100 for the general. You know what? Thursday's show is not going to be a prohibition show. No. We're going to have some hooch in hand and go off the rails. Loud One's going to have a real hard time keeping this bus that we're all on driving, because I'm disconnecting the brakes. And when he's getting behind the wheel, I'm drinking, he's drinking. You guys are along for the ride. Thursday's going to be a good show.
All right, let me read a couple.
Go ahead, Gen X Mom.
Krista Rose, $1.99, trying to help Sweets out. She put in $1.99 to help her
she
out.
dropped $1.99 so she could see who the...
Help Sweets out.
Help Sweets out. Oh, you guys are helping Sweets out. Let me enlarge the jar a little bit for you there. Let me see if I can find out where that is. Go ahead, keep talking and I'll keep looking.
Jan Motts, $5. General, have you heard about... In the UK, the Prime Minister wants to bring back conscription for 18-year-olds. Do you have any thoughts on this?
I didn't hear about that. Let me look into that. We'll talk about that on a world show.
And Johnny O, $69, $20 on Rumble. Happy birthday, Queen. That's me.
He gave you $20?
Yes.
All right, I'll match it. Man of my word, I'll match it. God damn it. You guys are going to break me with this stuff with her birthday.
And
all right.
Charles, and I know there's only, how many more days? It's 8 days? 9 days?
How do you not know this? Because you've been counting it down. Well, it's 6 days in June, and then we got 3 days left
Thursday.
here. 9 days. I think there's 9 days left.
Charles, over on Facebook, do you ever plan to move from California? Facebook wants to know.
Yeah, on Facebook, yes. We've been actively looking outside of the Reno area, and not for all the other reasons you guys, fuck California, California. I'm not on that train. I love California. California will probably always be my favorite state. It is absolutely beautiful here. There's so much stuff here. I don't like the politics. I don't like what the Democrats have ruined it. I don't like the taxes. I don't like the regulations. I don't like the homeless problem. No. But strip all that away and take a look. You go to a California high desert and spend the night. You wake up when you can put your hand outside your sleeping bag and the sand is really cold and the sky is purple in the morning. I challenge you to find as beautiful a morning as a California high desert. I personally think when God created the earth, he knelt down and kissed Yosemite Valley. That's how beautiful California is. It's just time for me to move. Gen X Mom.
Randy gave another $100 on PayPal for $100 for Gen X Mom's birthday.
No. Randy, we were doing so good, my guy.
And then Ronnie Evans gave $2. Run for president, please. If not, I will if you be the vice president.
I'll be the vice president. I can't be the president. I got too many skeletons in my closet for that. No. Can't do that. However, let's get back to Randy. Randy, you fucked me. There's no other way to put it, man. We were getting along so good, and then you turned around and you broke it off right. You did. You broke it off inside me. I don't know, man. We were getting along great, Randy, and now all of a sudden, I still appreciate the money for me. So I'm kind of at a 50-50 right now. But I got to say, you tainted our relationship, buddy. You just tainted it, because now I have to give another 100. In addition to all the 20s, 10s, and 5s, I got to do another 100. And I have to, she will go get it. Staff knows she goes and just takes the money from me. She doesn't even wait for me to say, well, honey, did you really think you were getting all? No. She goes and gets it. She walks out with a stack and goes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I'm just letting you guys know, if you donate, I'm not sure if the PayPal link is up on Facebook or not. You can ask Sammy Joe to put that up every now and then.
Trippy did it.
But there is a link on Facebook. I don't know if you can even pin it over there.
Trippy did it on YouTube.
Yeah, on Facebook. If you can do it on Facebook with Sammy Joe on Facebook, I'm talking about Facebook. I don't know if you can pin it on Facebook, but if it goes by, she puts it up there. It's the same thing over there, or with the stars. You guys can help out too. But thanks on Rumble. There was some Rumble guys jumping in over here.
One more California question from Facebook. So Ben wants to know, so is it true you got to pay an exit tax when you move out of state?
Well, right now, it's my understanding the exit tax will not apply to me, because I think you have to gross $6 million when you close out all of your belongings and you cash out if you sell businesses or property and bank accounts and you move out. I think, if I remember reading it right, the number is 6 million. So I don't have anything to worry about with that, but they're changing it. The exit tax is going to be lowered quite a bit, because they don't want to just attack companies like Tesla that are leaving. They want to attack normal middle class, and there's a lot of them still leaving, and there you go. Yeah, Gen X Mom.
The Disney kid's pulling a horse shack right now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. He wants to know, is Sammy Joe the hoe?
Sammy Joe is not the hoe, but you know why he said that? Because I have had dinner with Sammy Joe. But the girl who is the $2 hoe, I ate dinner with her side by side, a whole meal for more than an hour.
I think I know who it is. You didn't tell me who it is.
I didn't tell anybody who it was, no.
And I have a really good clue.
Tabitha Ray goes, wait, you got to pay to leave? Yes. Tabitha Ray, it's called an exit tax, because so many people, they're a little late. They should have been doing that years ago if they wanted to make any money out of it. But people are still leaving California. And when they go, they want to lower the exit tax to say, well, if you're leaving, you're going to pay us to go. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. And they're trying to lower the numbers now. Yeah. Joe to Mrs. No, he has it. I don't know what. Oh, Houdini's talking to Joe. You guys are talking back and forth in there. That's okay. All right. So I did enlarge the jar. Don't whine at me now. If you can't figure out who the $2 whore is, that's on you. But you guys also need to put in $2. Just put in $2 into the jar on YouTube, and the $2 whore will fall. But now the jar is so full, somebody's got to put in over $20, like $21, and those blue diamonds will empty the jar. Then you can put in a few $2 ones, and guess what? It'll come back. All right, where are we now? I want to talk about some stuff here. You guys, okay? I saw some commercials. I think it was during NBA playoffs. And one of the commercials was how there was an AI, like a chat AI of some sort, that would take any words you said and make a beautiful picture. And I sat with the kid today and I said, there's probably a bunch of those out there, but I said, like if you said King Kong, Volkswagen bus, and apple pie, and just gave it that, this thing would make this beautiful picture. Sure enough, King Kong driving a Volkswagen bus, eating an apple pie. And it was amazing. And I thought, what would be neat? And I only did it for a few of you guys. I actually had my son help me with this today. And I'm going to do it next week. Saturday's show or Thursday's show is going to be big with this. But you guys have such, well, to be fair, fucked up names. Okay? Like what if, let me see what's on the screen right now. Okay, shadow light. What if I said shadow light person or firewood art and I typed in firewood art person? What would the AI give us, right? If I typed in some names like Sun Valley Fox as a person, what would it do? So we did a few of these, and I want to show you just a couple. Maybe we're going to do a bunch and show you guys some of the most whacked out names you guys have come up with in here. Like, what was that one? Pukey McNasty or whatever his name was. There was one guy comes in here, Pukey. Isn't that one that was like Pukey McNasty? Boy, I want to type in person Pukey McNasty and see what AI comes up with. We're going to do some of those, but let's see if we can figure out some of these, all right? Who's this one right here? He's got a guitar, and he's a pharmacist. Oh, they kind of cheated. They wrote it in there. The kid wrote it in there. Yeah, Josh Maddox. That's what AI pictures. When you say, show me a rock and roll guitar guy as a pharmacist using a big old fucking bottle of pills, that's what they came up with for Josh. That was AI's version of Josh Maddox. I could make those a little bigger for you guys, too, just to see. All right. I'm not going to tell you who this one is. Hopefully it's not written on the screen again. And what did we put in for this one, ladies and gentlemen? Guesses? Anybody want to guess on this one? Gen X Mom, can you see it on your screen yet?
Not yet.
Well, when it comes up, let me know. Let me know what you guys think about this one. I think you guys will get it because this makes sense to me. Anybody got any guesses in here?
Somebody said Two Bear.
Yeah.
But I haven't.
Two Bear.
It just came up on mine.
Because it's Two Bears, you see? And it was Second Amendment. You put in Second Amendment and Two Bear, and they came up, Two Bears shooting guns. It's kind of fun. Wait till we get to some of the ones next week that are the big ones. But I'm going to keep going here. Let's see. Dome, 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 da dome, da dome, dome. There was two in here that I thought were very clever. And you guys will know who this one is because it kind of has it. It's written all over it. I wish the kid had done these where it didn't have any writing on it. This is what came up with Mrs. Forwatton. Although this makes her look much older than she is. Although that's a sexy figure for an older gal, I got to tell you. Mrs. Forwatton, this is what it came up. This is what AI thought of Mrs. Forwatton. There was one more in here, too. I'll show you the second one. This looks like the Queen of England. I don't think Mrs. Forwatton. But remember the library? Remember how she's the bookkeeper in the library? That was a nice touch there. Mrs. Forwatton. It's spelled it not how we say it, but you get the idea on some of these, right? The AI has some determination. All right, what was the other one in here? Let's see. This one. I think everyone will get this one. This is a no-brainer. You got to know who this is. We told them it's a person. You see what that is right there? Anybody not know who that is? This was the chat AI's version of Trippy Pineapple. I gotta say, if he shaved, this might be how he ran around all the time with that big goofy smile and the bracelets and the board shorts and just telling you. He's right now, Trippy's copying and pasting this going, fuck yeah, man, I'm keeping this one. That's our beloved Trippy Pineapple. There was one more, I think. Was there one or two more? Oh, there was another one. You guys, this one was weird though. Two Bear, but I only know that because it's got two bears on the guy's head. Other than that, I thought it had something to do with me, but apparently it didn't. Apparently this one was just another rendition of Two Bear until he added Second Amendment. But this is going to be fun doing these for you guys. It really is. What else was in there? No, let's see if I can figure this one out. Oh, yeah. I thought this was hilarious. I couldn't figure out who it was. The kid had to tell me. And I'm like, who is this goofy motherfucker? He's old. He's got fucked up hair. And then I saw the kangaroo and I go, ha! I know who this is. Now, this isn't exactly what he looks like, but if you want to get, you guys know who this is. I don't even have to tell you. I will tell you, but you guys are already going to know. You guys are already going to write it down. On Facebook, he's known as Ian Portreas. I'm sure he's over there bouncing around once in a while. And you guys know he's the one driving the bus over here on YouTube. This is Loud One. If that isn't a drunk Tasmanian smirk, I've never seen one before. But this was AI's version of what Loud One would look like. And you guys should say that's not very far off. If I put that face in the jar as a $2 whore, I think we'd all agree that's close enough, wouldn't you? Yeah. Glad you're coming along with me on that one. Oh, for the love of Christ. Oh, what else was there? What am I missing in here? Was there something else? Let me see what that one was. One more. Okay, we do have one more. I'm not going to put that up there. This one, I didn't get it. This one I didn't understand right away. And, well, that took up the whole screen. And this scared the shit out of me. And it turns out this is Mrs. T's, the love of her life. You guys know Mrs. T or Miss T, Mrs. T, I think it is. And so the kid tells me, he goes, no, you got to know who that is. Do you guys know who that would be? Mrs. T's other half. Do you guys know who this is? Any guesses over there? It's KG, Texas, KG, letters KG. I'm not sure how they came up with that one. I think they just picked badass Texas dude, and maybe he's not so much. He's a little more subtle than that. I don't think he's quite this rough around the edges, but still, this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna use the really weird names that could mean something for you guys, and we'll pull those up and see how those end up. I think that was it. Yeah, that was Josh's again. I don't need to do that one. So yeah, there you go with some of those deals. That was important there. Let's go back and talk a little bit on the political scene. You guys saw what happened at Trump's trial today when they got done with their closing arguments and they go outside and all the film crews there and Robert De Niro's in there. De Niro heckled on social media and in person, I might add, over disaster presser for Biden. The press was out there. Robert De Niro started talking his shit. The crowd was shouting him down, liar, bullshit, and they just got into a fuck Joe Biden mantra where he couldn't even talk. There was moments there when he just realized he was upset. He was looking around. He was shaking his head. That's right. You know, Bob, stick to your movies. You have no business in the political arena whatsoever. Your voice is just one voice. My voice is just one voice. Everyone listening right now is one voice. We're all equal in this arena. You think because you're famous and you have a platform that your voice carries weight. Did you see what happened to you today, Bob? Because I know you listen to this program, Bob. I know you're one of the people. I know you're going to listen, Bob. Do you see what happened today? This is, let me speak on behalf of everybody that was at the press conference today. Mr. De Niro, shut the fuck up. Just leave politics alone. Stick to your movies. Okay, go back to what you were doing and leave this shit alone because you got the emotional and intellectual shit kicked out of you today. I mean, you deserved it. It's been a long time coming, but I'm just saying you did, and we were there to see it. Not every Hollywood person though is following that suit. There are a ton. Look at Wahlberg leaving Hollywood, saying Hollywood is like a cesspool. They went to Vegas with some other investors. They're building a $2 billion studio out there. Vegas and Nevada and Clark County are welcoming them. Build whatever you want. Let's figure out the tax revenue stuff. Let's give you guys a break. Put it in. Let's film. And there are tons of movies flocking to the Vegas area to be filmed. They're lining up. Oh, Matt Damon was on that train too. Matt Damon had a new studio that was going in and doing some stuff out there. But here's an actor. You guys know who he is. It doesn't even say his name. Actor says weaponization of the justice system just pushed him to vote for Trump. You know, you can't treat a guy unfairly. He almost becomes the victim. He almost becomes the underdog. Even if you don't like him, now you're kind of rooting for him. And there's a lot of Democrats that are rooting for him just to win this trial because it's such a fucked up mess. And why would Democrats root for Trump in this trial? Is it just because he's a victim? Is it just because, you know, he's the underdog? No. That's part of it, but no. You know what everybody realizes? Yeah, some of you just said it. It can happen to you. It can happen to anyone. Even the Democrats are smart enough to say, we lost the Supreme Court. If we start losing a lot of federal judges, this could happen to one of our guys. And it's outrageously stupid. So if this flies, it could work against us. Look at Harry Reid when he pushed through the nuclear option, which every Republican said, don't do this. It can come back to haunt you. And it did. The nuclear option that Harry Reid put in place in the Senate came back to haunt him. And now the Supreme Court, using those terms, is now leveraged to the conservative side. Does anybody know who this actor's name is? I hope you do. I know who it is.
Jan Mott said Dennis Quaid.
Yes, Dennis Quaid is right. Good job, Jan. That is correct. And there's a lot of people that are coming out now saying, I just can't do this anymore, which is true. You get to the point of ridiculousness and you cannot go any further. All right, so I won't say his name. I didn't get permission to, but he's here in town near us. And see his hand? He sent that in. He got his KGXT radio mug. Some of you guys, Trippy Pineapple, can put up the direct link. There's only a handful left. We do these every summer. We put out one. They're all the same size.
I don't think they're up. I think we took them down.
You took them down?
I have to put it back up, probably. I don't know for sure.
Oh, I did not know. I was not informed, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't get the memo.
Sorry.
Well, I didn't know they weren't up. How would I know? I know we have a few left, and if she pulled them down, maybe we got close to zero. But if you didn't get one, we do one every year, and they're labeled. And we did the General's 9 inches, and then we did Mrs. Forrest Peaches, and this year we did the radio one. Every summer we put out one of these for just a limited time. If you're watching this on a replay, it'll probably be back up because I know I ordered one more box of these for you guys, but I don't know if they sold out. All right, I probably should have checked first, but I didn't. That's how I roll. Just run in there, run amok, and not check with anybody. Bump, 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 bump. What else was there? There was more.
Oh, they are up.
Oh, they are.
Yes, I just checked.
Well, then I'm going to take back that whole whole 3 minutes. Just they're up. So
I think the cards are down.
Yeah, the cards are definitely done. We had decks of cards with all of your faces on them, and we did 2 decks, and we're done. Yeah, because I still got emails going, can I get a deck of cards? No, they're gone. We don't leave these things up forever. It's not like we're trying to make money for the next 5 years. These are just nostalgia. They're just brief up there for a short time. If you guys want to be part of it, you want to get it, you can. And if you don't. But don't bitch about it when it's gone. Gen X Mom.
We received $200 in PayPal from Robert London.
Please, Robert, let that be just for me. Please.
Happy birthday, Mama X. And General, I know you got to match this, so hopefully your good looks can get you a donation to help.
Yeah, could anybody give this $200 so that I can cover the $200 that I got? It. Good Lord. I know, you guys can't see it because she's not allowed to be on camera on Tuesdays because she prefers not to. But the beaming smile coming from the other side of the studio, I can't tell you what you guys are doing for her. She is absolutely glowing right now. Because she not only is it just that I have to match it, but she knows that you guys, even if you guys just go $2 or $5, that's your hard-earned money. We don't deserve any of that. When you give it to us, it is a gracious, humbling feeling. Thank you very much for it's your money. Times are tough. Inflation's way up there. So even the fact that any of you do any sort of donation is absolutely fantastic. We really appreciate it. We love each and every one of you for doing it. Even those of you who just want to give her a birthday wish, send her an email, genxmom@genxtalks.com. Those mean a lot to her, too. She answers all her own email. Gen X Mom.
May I do some sheets?
You may do the sheets, please.
Krista Rose, $4.99. Let's try this again. Not much towards our Queen's birthday fund. But hey, General's matching, so there's that.
There is that. It's true.
Obi, $51.50, $4.99. Mama X's birthday fund. And A787 Fixer, $5. Obi says, a shot in the dark here. Is Sandy the $2 whore?
Who did that?
Obi.
Okay, hold on. Where did we met Obi at the car show? We saw Obi
and he was in Las Vegas.
Was Obi in Las Vegas?
Yes, and his wife. The car show, he was there with.
That's why I remember him from the car show, but there were so many people. I'm sorry, Obi. But I do remember him there now. If he was in Vegas, that's how he knows. That's how he knows who it was. He got it right before Sweets.
And today is Sandy's birthday, also. That's why
today is Sandy's birthday.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I almost gave that away.
I didn't know that. Well, happy birthday to you, Sandy. Thank you. Thank you very much on behalf of the Legion of X, of the Bottom of the Glass Nation. Thank you for being our whore tonight. All of us love you for being that very girl. Thank you very much for that. Yes.
Trippy gave $2 and said hydrate.
I'm out. I'm actually out, Trip. I can't.
Sean MacArthur, Facebook. Happy birthday, Gen X Mom. I'm kind of low. You'll get more later. Get more later. General, I got you, my guy. Salute. 45 stars sent.
No. That was from Sean?
Yes.
Sean, look, buddy. I love you, man. We had something going here. Russell Covey on Facebook. Sean MacArthur on Facebook. Come on, man. We had a thing going on. Don't you dare start including her out of nowhere. I did. No. Do not approve that. In fact, I'm going to stamp it denied. And just no. You got to go back the other way, buddy. Yeah, Gen X Mom.
Cody Lawrence on Facebook. General, I look up to you so much. When you have answered my questions, I'm listening very, very astute. Words you have given me have helped me out a lot. I love you, General. Thank you. God bless you and your family, sir.
Who said that?
Cody Lawrence.
And where is he on?
Facebook.
Cody Lawrence on Facebook. Thank you for the kind words, my man. God, I don't want to change the tone to something too sentimental, but there are times you wouldn't believe the amount of hate mail that I personally get. Not only because of the short videos, the ambush videos where, I'm cussing and screaming at the kid and doing stuff. But people do not like my political views. And really, they're just common sense stuff. I don't go into charts and graphs and focus groups. I don't in polling data. Very seldom do I bring those things in. Normally, we just look at a situation and comment. And the hate mail that I get and the comments that I get, it is it's a relief to get something like you wrote that is well thought out and a couple sentences. I mean, I take those things to heart. I really do. So thank you very much for the kind words, and we will soldier on, especially when you got my back, man. I'm going to keep going. Fuck them. Let's go. All right. Anything else? No, she's shaking her head over there, which isn't really good for radio. You can't shake your head. What else was there? I had a few more things in there. There was a dumb one in here, but somebody asked me about it. I don't know why you guys asked me this shit. Oh, I shouldn't even put that here. We're on the wrong screen. This is not the drag and drop section of the program, man. This is not it. You got to go to it. All right, go to it over here. Boom, boom, boom. We'll try it again. Bing. It was just real quick it was a news article that came out of, there's a few of these, and then you guys brought it to my attention. Is it okay to drive with expired registration tags? Here's what the California law says. All right, it's a big thing on there. No, you're not supposed to drive without tags. But there's the street rule, and then there's the letter of the law. There's a spirit of the law, and then there's a letter of the law, and that happens in every state. And if you pay your registration, and you print out with the DMV, you can do it online and you pay it, and you have your smog certificate if you need a smog, and a cop pulls you over and says, hey, your registration's out. And you're like, yep, I paid it, and here's my smog. I'm waiting for my tags. They let you go every time. They don't even care. You're down the road motors. If you haven't paid it yet, and you can tell them, look, I just sent it in, I mailed it in, they don't bug you for about 6 weeks. You'll still have to pay like a $35 fee if you're late on it, but you can go about 6 weeks before, because they know there's a backlog in California. So you can go about 4 to 6 weeks out. Then they start raising an eyebrow going, dude, go pay your registration. Or you get a fix-it ticket, and like, you need to fix this, go pay your registration. But that's the rule of thumb. And in California, and I'll tell you this, the other thing too, I kind of got into a discussion with a bartender the other day, Aaron, over at Applebee's. I don't know if you remember this. Him and I kind of went back and forth about carrying your driver's license. And there she's nodding again. Not really good for radio, but she's nodding. That you say you got to have your driver's license on you. You got to have identification on you at all times. That's the law. And that's never been the case. You're supposed to, but if you don't, if a cop pulls you over or you're in the middle of an incident, they come, you don't have any, we're going to give you a ticket or lock you up. You don't have your identification on you. Okay. Well, here's my name. Here's my address. Look it up. Because they'll pull it right up there on the screen. Now they have a picture of it. They can now identify you with the picture. Everything's fine. You don't have to have it on you. He's like, okay, because I remember this was probably 20 years ago. I said, I forgot my wallet, and my wife goes, we need to go back to the house. You got to have your wallet. I go, why? Well, you don't have your identification or driver's license. I said, I don't care. If they pull me over, I'm going to tell them who I am. Then go fucking look it up. Well, my wife was you got to go by the rules on that. I'm like, I don't try to do it that way. I try to bring my stuff with, but if I forget, I'm not going to panic over it. If I get pulled over, go fucking look it up. Here's my name. Here's my address. Here's the driver's license number. Guess what? If I give you false information and it pops up with a 4-foot Puerto Rican guy who's supposedly living in Texas, yeah, you can be mad and question me. But if I give you the information, it pulls up my picture and the address I told you, let's move on. They're not going to get me. I've never, ever been stopped when I didn't have my license, and they said, well, you don't physically have the card on you, so we have a problem. I got a couple of shiny bracelets for you. Never had that happen. Never even been detained when I said, I don't have it with me. Here's my stuff. They go back to the car, look it up, and we're down the road. All right. Just letting you know that I don't even know why this is a big deal. They're really low on articles when they come up with this shit, aren't they? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. All right.
We received $50, $49.99 from Charles Clark.
For me.
Happy birthday, Mama X. God bless from North Carolina. General hate mail is just motivation to dig deeper in bottom of the glass nation and you love, life.
You know who I'm glad is not doesn't have their wallet out that would break me? Mrs. 4 if she was here, she would intentionally love on you and break me. Loud One, when Loud One he's got all his money tied up in investments and property right now, thank God, because Loud One would come in and go, suck it, and he'd drop a big number. Or Christina Dvorak, if she was in here, she would do it out of spite, just to say, love you, General, but now you're screwed. I'm definitely winning because there's some people that would seek vengeance. They're evil people at heart. They are. They
Wait
love.
till my birthday. You're in trouble.
I don't think so. I think we'll be okay. Remember when you used to do a birthday stream like you did an hour by yourself, and I would start the thing, say, okay, she's coming on. Don't give her any money. They'd send you presents, they'd send you gifts, they'd send you wine, they send you day spa stuff, they'd send you PayPal links. They really do. Once a year, they do show their love and affection and adoration for you.
Just know that it's on a Bottom of the Glass Nation night.
No.
I'm just saying.
How unlucky are you kidding me? June 6th is on a regular scheduled show?
Thursday night, Bottom of the Glass Nation. My birthday. I better have a cake or a cupcake or something.
I can get you a cupcake. I could do that.
Okay.
Is that what you want? You want a cupcake?
Yeah.
I think we should go with the cupcake option because if I actually got you a regular cake, I mean, it would look like a forest fire with that many candles on it.
Wow.
I think we'd light them up, and before you made your wish, the smoke alarm in the kitchen would go off before we could put out the blow out the candles. I think that would look like we might even at your age with your number of candles, we might even have to get a permit with the fire department.
Oh my gosh, Danny A says that's a perfectly viable excuse to. Oh, I can't read it.
What?
Where'd it go? To not have a show that night. That's what he says.
Yeah, Danny H. Should we have an Invisihoochie show? Invisibility from Halo. Just have an Invisihoochie show and go, it's the invisible show. Nobody's here. Poof, we're gone. All right. Where was I? We had the drag and drop section. We're almost done there. We're getting pretty close. Boom, 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 boom.
A PayPal came through.
For me, right? Because Whiskey Fund. Remember, I said it's a prohibition night.
Well, I think it was somebody bought something.
Okay.
They bought a super mug.
Oh, good. Just get those now because they're super expensive because they're heavy and they're hard to ship, and we etch them in glass. We do the real engraving. We don't rub that cream on them that kind of etches the. No. We take it to an engraver who does the laser engraving. It's real engraving. It's not the etching. We do it the big way. It really counts.
Hey, Bob McKinley wants to know: is the General's offer good for all the Bottom of the Glass Nation shows up until my birthday?
See, I didn't say that. See, Bob's smart. Bob McKinley's at it. Because I don't want to commit to that. I'm scared that because right now I'm getting away clean. No Mrs. Ford, no Miss Christina Dvorak, no Loud One in here. Nobody's got their big checkbooks out. It's just regular folks giving their hard-earned money and keeping it simple for me. I can handle the double right now. I can handle matching where we're at. But if I let this go too long, I might be in serious trouble. I might have to go back to selling myself on the street corner to raise the money, and that's, while a viable source of income, that's a little taxing on an old guy's body. So I don't know, Bob. I don't know. I don't know that I want to do that. Tonight was the one that trying to get it in before the end of the month. Although Thursday would be the same. I don't know, Bob. I'm scared to do that because I have to do it. It's not even like I can back out. She literally goes and takes the cash. So I'm not sure what to say about that. I'll think about it, Bob McKinley. That's a fair question. I just don't have a fair answer for you. All right. So
Brother Bruns just gave $20. I think we can skip a Bottom of the Glass stream for Mama X's birthday. A new change from anniversary. Here's for General. $20.
20 for me. I was already sucking it up going, all right, another 20. No, that was for me. All right, another thing you guys got to, whoa.
Rowdy Bobby would like to know, are you going to Discord after?
I don't believe I'm going to Discord, and only because I'd like to catch the last part of the game if they're still playing. I don't know how much of the game's going to be left. Boy, this drag and drop dropped in a fucking picture that was as big
Charles
as the Titanic.
Clark gave $20. Mama X, this is for General's Whiskey Fund.
There we go. See, I got some people helping me out. There's some people that appreciate me when I'm drinking on the show. So we're going to drink. All right. So I put up the podcast on there. Every Friday morning, sometime sooner, but every Friday morning, you guys get a weekly podcast and an update on some stuff. We had a great interview with the people from Zippix today. The guy who owns that company, I think his name was Marcus, if I remember right. Got a great guy, great interview. We talked for about 45 minutes. So much fun. It wasn't just business. The guy had some stories, and it was a lot of fun. But on the podcast, we're going to keep things going every week. Everybody can put up the link. Sammy, Joe, Josh, Trippy, put up the link for everybody. They can get to the latest episode, get caught up. Go back 3 or 4 episodes, and then let's move it forward. You can see what we're talking about. It's a lot of fun. Gen X Mom.
I was going to say, Tim on here said he got his Zippix sample. So,
good. Yeah, we ran out of those. We're still getting requests, but we ran out of those. But they were more than happy to give people samples. We were more than happy to pass them along to you guys. And they are a good product. If you're thinking about quitting smoking, you're thinking about quitting vaping, this is a big thing. It's a product that does really, really work. We'll talk about it more on the podcast. We're going to put up the interview, but if there's a way for you guys to even sample that, we'll put up the links in the description. If you can sample that, then you might see what they're talking about.
Kristen Hartman says, I am loving the interviews.
Yeah, the interviews are going pretty well. We're having a good time with them. I'm not sure how I'm doing with them because I've never done interviews before. This is actually, we're on interview like 18 or something or 19, and we posted them on the audio. We post the video when the video works like it's supposed to. But Kristen, if you like them, thank you for that, because excuse me, I'm never sure how I'm doing as an interviewer. I'm worried about that because if I don't use notes, I just talk about stuff, and we just like we're talking around a fire or a barbecue or something. That's the way I approach it. So
Tim Mitchell says they're awesome.
Okay, so that's 2. So now I know 2 people are listening to the interviews. There's 2 of us out there. A couple of them turned out a little dry because the topic wasn't, I tried to, you guys can tell when you listen to the interviews, I am extracting everything I can out of it, but there's just not a lot there. But a lot of them, there's some juice. There's some juice there, and I'm giving it to you guys. So listen to the podcast, listen to the interviews. They can put both those up there. That really isn't a good one. I did have an interview thing, didn't I? The kid made a new design. There's a new design for the interview, you guys. What they're doing is he pulled all the old ones for the pictures on there. I'll leave that up a little larger than I probably should. But the center, he's going to change the centerpiece. So the middle one will always change by what the most current interview is, and the outside will just stay the same, but that way you can see all the old ones. And we got some good ones in there. We got Eric Scott Williams, Brian Connor was in there. You can see Haywood Nelson is the recent one. Rudy Law from the 70s Dodgers. The biggest one we've got so far is the one on the bottom. Dr. McDreamy had that interview, The Fight Doctor. That was the most popular one so far, and then followed up by his wife, MarcyZavala.com. She's in there. There's a bunch of them in there. It's just regular conversations with regular people that are doing amazing things. They really are. They're just common folks like you and I, and they're fun to listen to because everyone's got a story on how they got where they are in life, and these guys are no different. So that'll be the interview one. You saw the podcast one. This is the new interview one. It'll change as we do them. I've got one that I've held back that I did today. I'm gonna edit it. Try to edit it tomorrow. Do I have an interview tomorrow too? Yes. I've got one in the morning, don't I?
Yes.
Who's it with?
Amber with Pit Barrel.
Pit Barrel. It's a barbecue. Right?
Pit Barrel Cooker.
Pit Barrel Cooker. And they're not a sponsor of the program. They're just a fan of the show. And I wanted to do the interview with them. They don't sponsor us in any way. We're not sponsoring them. But of course, I'm going to mention them. But tomorrow we do the interview with her. Want to learn all about how she got. They're big. And I had a conversation with Jacob, the brand manager, today. And I said, "What's the story? Why are we doing this?" And she told me, "Just do the interview. It's going to be fun. There's no money between us at all. Just talk." I said, "Great. I don't mind doing it." But he said the reason that this particular company began to do so well was because of social media, because they got with some social media people that could promote it and put it out there to common people. Not all these people have money for a Super Bowl ad. You can't put them out where everybody can see it. And when you do, it's an ad. But when you have someone who just talks about something because they like it or they use it, something along that line, it seems to go a lot further. Now, in this particular case, I don't have one. I can't say anything about it. I didn't use one, but I'm very interested. I'll do my homework and I'll ask the questions. Maybe it'll lead to something. Maybe it won't. I don't care. I just like talking to people that are doing something in this world, despite the economy, despite who's in office, dragging the country down. They're still trying to succeed. You're goddamn right. I'm going to help them. If I can do it with an interview and 3 of us listen, because there's me and 2 of you said you listen. There's 3 of us listening. Then that's 3 people that are going to count. So that'll be tomorrow's, and I'll post it as quickly as I can. But I'm sure Trippy and the staff put the link up right to the interviews where you can see all of them. There's a list of them. There's pictures of them, and they're a lot of fun. All right. Was there anything else between the sheets before I go?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Michael over on Facebook, you talk about the hate mail. I wonder how many there are compared to the ones that have your back. I bet there is more of us than the knuckleheads that cause you trouble. They are probably Karens trying to be loud.
Well, there to that point, I would say there is in the comment section of all of the videos, of all of the ambush videos, of the 2-minute drills, way more positive responses from you guys having my back. Not even close. 97% good. But actual people that take time to email, not as many take time to email, hey, General, we like what you're doing. We got your back. Here's some kind words. I do get them, but not as many. It seems like when someone really wants to take time to email, they're an asshole. And you can tell by listening to them, they have their head so far up their ass they can only see shit. And that's what I get. And I always respond to them. I sit and I pick apart their paragraphs and I line it out one by, I let theirs, and then I write reply. Then the next line that they say that's stupid, I reply. I try to give them my point of view and tell them, thank you for, your opinion and like that. If it was kind of middle of the road, if they're completely going off the reservation, I tell them they need to adjust their medication. They either got too much or too little. I mean, I use the things you guys hear me say stuff on here. We have a few Charles Waybrights that come through, and I don't know. That's an inside joke for all the extras who've been around for a couple years. There's some Charles Waybrights that take time to chime in email, but far more negative emails than positive, just because that's what they do. Yeah.
Do we have a discount code or a promo code for Zippix?
Yeah.
The toothpicks? What is it? Somebody is asking.
I will tell you right now, Zippix, the promo code, there was a promo code for Zippix. Hang on. Let me find that, my fine feathered friends.
All right, then I'll read while you're doing that. Ralph, over on Facebook, when Facebook dumps your live connection, I wait for the AOL dial-up sound. Love you, Pop. Scott Royston, $50. Gen X Mom, I have something coming to you in the mail. Aw.
Who said that?
Scott Royston.
Oh, right.
But here's something a bit extra for you. I know it's not much, but please use this money to go out on a nice date with the General and enjoy a wonderful birthday. Be blessed. We all love you. $50 from Scott. Thank you so much, Scott. That was nice. Do you have it yet?
Yeah, I think I got it right now.
Okay.
And this is, I put it in YouTube right now. The promo code is just Gen X. GENX. And I copied it in here. I don't know if Sammy, can you grab that and put it on Facebook? Josh, can you put it over on Rumble? That is the actual link. It didn't come out quite right, did it? It's an actual link that goes right to, have it right. Hang on.
You need the HTTP.
Well, I don't have that. But there's a link that goes right to the purchase thing. But if you can go there and just go to the Zippix thing, but use the promo code Gen X on your way out the door, and they'll give you a couple bucks off on it, or whatever the percentage is. They're good guys. They're not super expensive, and it works. It really does. So if there's people out there that are even considering trying to quit smoking, quit vaping, and move away from the harmful chemicals that are in vaping, or the tobacco and the tar that sticks to your lung, you can worry about quitting nicotine later. But you got to step in the right direction, and that's all this guy said, is he's just trying to help people get in that direction. And it's been a side business for years, and he's been hustling it up. And we talk about in the interview, his failures at this, but he just kept going, and he kept dumping money into it until it got where he wanted it. And now people are starting to recognize it for what it is. And you can see it in a lot of places on your way out of a grocery store or 7-Eleven or something. It's at the checkout stand. Good stuff there. But the main thing is getting it online. That's the big
Trippy
one.
Just posted the right clip.
Yeah, Trippy's got that. Trippy can put that up everywhere. Give it to Josh for Rumble. That's the right link that takes you right to the purchase page, and they got all sorts of flavors, which is good too. So, yeah, that interview, I will try to edit it and put it out, the audio and the video tomorrow. We did it as a Zoom call, so I think I got it where the kid helped me record it correctly, so we can put out the video portion too. But it's a lot of fun with those guys. And here's the main thing: is that it's not just like Jacob is working out there trying to get people like oh, here's a sponsor, here's an advertiser. He comes to us and says, these guys watch your show. These guys are fans of your shorts. They think you guys are hilarious. They're already fans of what we're doing. And then they're like, and by the way, we have a small company where we're doing some stuff. There's not a better way to start a relationship than somebody who's already a fan of ours. They're not just coming in going, okay, we don't give a shit about you, but we're willing to give you a couple bucks to advertise because you have an audience. They're not even coming at us with that. They're coming at us with, you guys are hilarious. This is great. We love what you're doing. And they want to help, just like when you guys want to help. What's wrong with them doing it through a company and advertising or sponsorship? Nothing. It isn't selling out. This is a relationship, and I dig it. I'm loving these guys. What else you got in there? Is there something else you had in there?
Let me double check. Drippy goes, call me Santo de Casavantes.
Santo de Casavantes. That's an inside staff joke that Trippy Pineapple's alter ego when he's he's not Trippy Pineapple. If you want his sexy Italian what do you call romance novel cover?
Yes, that's what I think. When I think of that name, I think of a romance cover.
A romance novel with those women, with the guy who's tan with the muscles and the long Fabio hair. And if you don't know what Fabio hair is, you're too young to be on this show. Please hang up right now and exit stage left.
Or I'll even do it the Harlequin romance novels. Every girl that was in the 80s knows what that is.
Knows what that is? Is that a thing?
Harlequin romance
And
novel.
what's his name? I want to say it right.
Santo de Casavantes.
Santo de Casavantes. Coming to you in person someday. Text him, email him, ask him for a personal picture. You got to ask Trippy for a topless picture of himself, and he will sign it and mail it to you. Santo de Casavantes. I just set him up for failure with that one because they're going to go to the website, genxtalks.com, and scroll down to staff, get Trippy's email. They're going to say, I want a signed picture. Make it out to Missy from Santo.
Trippy will come up with something.
No, Trippy's just going to have to. He doesn't send the right one. I got some pictures of Trippy in the pool that someone took and sent me. I'm going to send him those if he doesn't do it right. All right. I think that's about it for tonight. There was some more little things to talk about, but I think we can save those for next time. It is 20 after, so 7 o'clock Los Angeles time. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for knocking down an hour with us. If you had an hour of your evening to waste, I'm very glad you chose to waste it here. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
And we will see you guys later. Thank you guys for tuning in around the planet, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you turned in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember two things. Wherever you go, there you are. And the other thing, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. That's right. I said it. You can't stop me now.